Well,
we're dying.
We're back. Welcome to episode 4. We're back from our international flight, successfully navigating the coronavirus. We're here with Randy Harju from the Mosquito Gallery.
From the Kenosha Airport.
Just got here.
Private jet.
We all got our masks ready to prevent ourselves from this coronavirus.
We're strapped and ready to go.
We got our hand sanitizer all around to protect us. And we're just going to talk a little bit about it today. That's why we have Randy here.
Yeah, Randy's going to be the man.
He is the local expert on the coronavirus. Like he says himself, if you want to dispute that, then you can say anything you would like to him.
Come on the show and debate it with me.
Come on the show and debate with Randy.
Debate it with me.
He knows everything there is to know right now.
I don't know everything. I'm learning new things.
He knows more than we know right now.
But he's learning at a faster pace than we're all going to know. So
the only thing that I know is that it's creating worldwide panic, and
that's why I've just been turning that shit off.
I'm not
reading into it.
Is it that big of a deal, Randy?
Oh, it's a huge deal.
Is it?
Yeah. The largest part of the deal is the fact that there's fear. There's a lot of fear.
So is the virus more fear-based, or is it an actual thing that we should worry about?
I haven't seen enough interviews of Americans that have it that talk about it.
Right.
So until more of those videos are made, all you can do is really speculate.
Right, because from what I heard, it was like something around 2%.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Or there's a 2% chance of you getting it.
No, it's like a 2% death rate or something like that of the people that actually get it.
There's a mortality rate now that is graduated according to age. People 80 and above have, I believe, about a 15% chance of mortality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you go like 60 to 80, and it drops to 8%. Then you go to 50, 45, 50. I think it drops to like 5%. Further down you go, you get to like 18 to 24, and there's like 1.5% or something like that.
So like healthy people, younger people have a more chance of just like it just being like affecting them and then not killing them.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. The older you are, the greater your possible mortality.
Right.
If you already have respiratory illness,
right,
the greater your mortality.
Right. So like underlying conditions obviously play a big factor in it affecting your body. You know, like pre-existing conditions. Okay.
Yeah.
But what caused the outbreak?
What caused it?
Was it? Do you think it's a?
I heard it originated from a small town in China.
But my theory here is.
What's your theory?
It's so close to the election. They don't want all those people going out and vote. You know, since the coronavirus is about, nobody wants to be out voting and all
in
that. I think this is a warfare tactic or something like that against the population.
Another way of voter suppression.
Yes, voter depression.
Voter depression.
Voter suppression without trying.
That's my theory. I am a crazy person, but
so from what I heard,
I don't think it's that. I think the wet markets in China.
Mm-hmm.
You have these things called wet markets, and what happens in these wet markets, you have wild animals trapped, caged, and sold for food.
Yeah.
And I think either the combination of having a group of wild animals, because what I've read was the bug can jump from one animal to another and then mutate also.
Species jumps. That's what I heard on the Sway Universe shows, that they were talking about it, and it said that when a pathogen species jumps, that's when it's a real problem, is because then
it's mutated to other species.
Only affected certain animals, and now it's affecting humans, and we have no no knowledge of it already existing, or we have no medicine to treat it because there was no reason to have it.
Now, this is not the first time that the Chinese wet markets have caused an issue.
Right.
This isn't the first time it's been
I think this is a big enough issue where China now is got to really do away with the wet markets. You can't be selling wild animals trapped
that sounds depressing and sad
without any kind of management.
Humane way.
So you're saying instead of like farming these animals, they go out and they capture them and then they sell them?
Correct.
Okay.
Be like you and me running around with a net grabbing Kenosha coyotes.
Yeah.
And
rendering
them.
Making stew.
And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Flus and viruses can jump.
Yeah. I think that's a big worry because, like I said, if it's something that's affecting animals, not humans, we tend to not like find things to cure that unless it helps that animal that we keep around.
I read yesterday that it finally jumped from a human to a dog.
Okay.
Now, the horrible thing about that is you love your dog.
Yeah.
Your dog likes to lick you probably at times.
It can be spread that way now.
You have another mechanism to spread the virus.
My dog does not stop licking. That's all he does.
So the faster you get the virus,
yeah,
probably the better. Probably. I don't know. Containment is going to become very ugly and probably turn into martial law.
Then that's when I'm going to really revolt and have a real revolution on our hands, and I will lead it firsthand with Anonymous.
But probably, there's got to be a combination of containment and treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
so and people have to change. People in America have to change their habits.
You need to wash your hands.
Not only that,
like
our
crazy.
eating habits too.
You gotta be using tons of this stuff all the time.
You know what's crazy too? I saw a meme.
This whole bottle. This is days, all right? 1 day's worth.
I saw a meme. I don't know if it was like real or not, but it showed a label on a hand sanitizer bottle like this for like $50 to $60 now.
Oh, they're getting gouged. You're getting gouged.
That's
and they're running out of supplies.
I also seen that on the back of the Lysol can. It says that it kills the coronavirus if you use it.
I don't know about that.
I've seen this a long time ago.
Too? Wasn't there an episode where they did something?
They
the
totally did. It's a little. I mean, it's not like they were like the coronavirus is going to be here. The Simpsons. They predict
everything. They predicted Trump's election.
Everything. So it was an episode where
I think Matt Groening is a time
Chinese
traveler.
people or some form of Asians.
I like The Simpsons.
They
coughed.
It's a good show.
They coughed
Matt
into
Groening
a box,
has a crazy
and then
mind.
they shipped the box out, and then they seen them in Springfield opening the box and it was
and this was made in the 90s,
them.
like 1999 or 98.
It's probably early 2000s.
Regardless.
How old are you?
5. Obviously, I wasn't watching the episodes when they came out, but
I was.
You're 2 years older than me. Whatever.
I don't know. When did The Simpsons come out?
It's been. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's been out for a while though. I'm just saying, Matt Groening is a time traveler.
Late 90s.
That's all I'm saying.
That's a big theory.
But The Simpsons really didn't have to deal with coronavirus.
They either made a good guess.
COVID-19, as it's called.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
H1N1.
Kind of like that. And COVID-19, COVID-19 is going to capture a large percentage of world history.
Yeah, it's going viral.
I feel like it's going to either go.
Fucking viral.
It's going to go two ways. Like they're either going to say, "Oh, yeah, we fixed it," and they're going to take care of it like it never happened, or it's going to be a freaking plague, right? Like
I heard something yesterday that could actually be some light, and that is there's a global pharmaceutical company, I think it's Gilead,
okay,
that is going to start to test some drugs in China.
Okay.
Now,
basically stop it at the source.
Well, you can't test it without FDA approval in the United States.
Right.
So basically, China is accepting instant testing, which
Okay.
means they're kind of desperate to get control of this thing. I don't know how anybody could really get control of this thing. It seems like it spreads so easily.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's like the flu, right? I mean, it spreads.
I feel like it was
From
caused.
contact.
It's even more contagious. It's
Right.
like flu times 5.
But then the flu kills more people a year than it does so far.
Well, wait, you don't have history yet.
Yeah. Well, so far.
You don't have history, and you have to examine global history. You know what's happening in Africa, what's happening in Brazil with this
Definitely.
virus. How many people are dying in those continents?
Right.
Or all the other stuff that's already going on too. That which makes this,
Africa's in deep poo-poo right now.
and this
They have Ebola and COVID-19.
Yeah.
COVID-19.
and that's what's crazy about the media too. They distract us from other problems going on in the world and get us so focused on this main one that may or may not kill. Like
No, it's huge.
It is.
Africa's
It is.
had
It's
problems since day
wreaking
one.
havoc on the economy right now.
Yeah.
It's wreaking havoc. There's less flights, hotel rooms way down. People don't want to travel. Sport. You got LeBron James having to ponder whether or not he wants to play in front of
all these people.
no one.
Right.
An empty stadium.
Right.
An empty stadium.
Yep. Oh, I didn't even think about
Here,
that.
all the sporting events, the NCAA, the NBA,
Even concerts,
here,
I
anything. Then
imagine.
they closed, they canceled South by Southwest in Austin, Texas.
And that's what I'm saying. It's so close to the
60,000
election.
people bought tickets in advance, and
Oh, man.
that ain't going to happen.
Need that money back.
That may
That's not
happen
happening
That
either.
may not happen. That money's
No, there's
probably
going to be a
spent.
lot of wonky things, and it any event, anything mass transit is going to be affected. Libraries are going to have to shut down. Government buildings are going to have to.
They should shut down.
You're going to have to be tested before you go into the post office now.
And how was this brought in? You said from other countries, so we should be shutting down all of our shipping resources too.
No, you
and all
can't
that.
do that.
Well,
But then think about it, though.
I actually
If
just
If
read.
they're
I
scared
actually
on this
just
kind of level,
60% of what we use in America, at least 60% comes out of China.
probably more than
What
that.
is crazy
So
though,
if
Andy,
you
I
shut
just
down the
read
shipping
it.
lanes, you're gonna have supply chains
That's why I feel like-
disrupted. You won't be able to buy stuff. You won't be able to get this hand sanitizer.
That's messed up. Our hand sanitizer comes from where the same
Our
the
country
virus
is-
I'm
came
sure
from.
it does. There's hand sanitizer is alcohol and aloe vera
Yeah.
with just a couple of drops of
fragrance.
essential oils. That's it. Just to give it a
So
smell.
you can basically
But I was
make
just
it
reading
yourself.
something
You
today
can.
about the shipping in China of how, it's such a big thing is that they might have to change something about the way they do it now because of it.
They've been talking about changing.
Because so many people are
shipping
ordering
regulations.
less things
It's
now.
too late
from
right
China.
now.
Like I feel like it might be a little too late now, but they said that they might have to find a different way of being because they're like the main export to us. It's like
It doesn't mean that
everything
all of those
from-
exports
everything
are
from
good
Just
China.
though.
travel. Just travel. Forget about. Here, the virus only has a life of anywhere from between 12 hours to at maximum 9 hours on non-organic surfaces. Okay? So when you think about stuff shipping in from China, let's say it comes from sea, well, it's 30 days out the ocean.
Yeah,
Everything's going to die.
unless somebody's on that boat
It
having.
has
Well, no. The amount of flights between
Or
United
animals
States
that
and
get
China, and
transported.
United States to Canada to China, and United States to London to China, United States. The porosity of our travel is so great, you're not going to, unless you said no airplanes. There can be
Right.
no airplanes, no air travel.
Because that's
You can't do that.
that's when it's going to get moved faster.
Trade and in business is so
too-
important that you have to go.
Mhm.
You have to take this trip. You have to do this. Maybe this will change that a little bit. I don't know.
It's ridiculous how much we do trade with other countries when we could be just making things here.
Well, when things were made here, they were a lot more expensive.
That's called capitalism.
Yes. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
When things get made here, they are expensive. That's why Snap-on tools are
Americans
expensive.
are really conscientious about doing a good job.
That's why you can go to Harbor Freight and buy a set of tools for $20 that if you bought from Snap-on, it would be $100. You know, like, because it's China made, you know, and then Snap-on's here in town, or here in the United States. And
our cost of living much higher than Chinese cost of living.
It's true that, but they also have a much higher
like
population
you said, the manufacturing of it is a lot more robust. Like it's higher quality usually when things are made here. You know,
depending on where.
Most of the time, but you know what? You could have a machine in Kenosha, Wisconsin. You could have the same machine in China producing the same thing at the same level of quality.
Of course.
So
basically what
it just depends on what it might be.
Yeah.
On what it is. So.
Yeah. Because even like in the vape industry, they have a lot of clones. People clone their stuff all the time. Like just
even
these pods right here.
A lot of stuff.
Just these little
too,
pods
with the 3D
that
printing.
I fill my juice up with. You see countless of these being reproduced because the company that makes these will sell the schematics to people that can make them again, clone them, but with cheaper materials, and then they get flooded into the market in cases and boxes that are
and they don't work right,
sold.
or people will wonder. And people will wonder why they get pods that don't even
they
work.
last 2 days. On this one, you buy a genuine one, they can last you a week. You know, like it's the quality.
It really
it's
makes
not always
a difference.
better, but it's not always like I guess it always varies. And
it's just when things are cheaply made, you can tell. You know, don't.
But with these, you can't tell because they're such a small thing. Unless you dissect every single one of them, then it's useless. You know, like so. I mean, at the same time, things are being made overseas and they're cheaper.
Things are happening so fast. It's hard to keep up with.
So getting back to COVID-19.
Yeah, let's go back to the virus here.
Go back to the virus. Do you know what Kenosha's formal policy is relative to COVID-19?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Neither do I.
Should I look this up?
I think that was the point.
3 minutes, guys.
Is that nobody is saying anything about it.
Or should I look up Wisconsin?
This guy, Mike Gordon, he's pretty tied into COVID-19 as a Kenosha resident.
And what does he do? Is he just
He's a cook at Frank's Diner.
Oh, okay. So stapling him.
Absolutely.
He's featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
I'm sure his face made it into that thing somewhere. He's also a really, really good photographer.
Okay.
It says
good photographer.
I just got something for Kenosha News. Hold on, let me maybe read this off.
Right.
What did Trump say?
I don't give a fuck.
He said, don't touch handrails.
He was basically trying to cover
Don't touch handrails.
It says local health department closes clinics to better prepare for coronavirus.
Is that in Kenosha?
Yes. So why would they close clinics to prepare for it?
Because they're going to use those clinics as hospital beds.
For like quarantine?
Well, see, either that or they don't want
the Kenosha
County,
the Kenosha County Division of Health announced Friday the closure of its 2 clinics and its all-hands-on-deck approach to managing the evolving COVID-19
they're
virus
situation. They're probably going to need more than those 2 spots. They're going to put up tents probably in the parking lots.
They need to take over ICA school. They're freaking huge over there.
They're working with fire departments, community health centers, hospitals. Not yet. I don't
Vaccine is about a year out.
So if you have to stay clean for a year,
the 2 clinics that closed was the Kenosha County Center, 75th Street in Bristol, and the Wellness Center Clinic, 2000.
They're going to get what's called repurposed, and basically they're probably going to be either quarantine or treatment centers.
Says people
That's
who
my
have,
speculation.
People who believe that they have been exposed to the virus should not go to a hospital, emergency room, or clinic. Rather, they should call their primary care physician.
Yeah, because if you're going around
I understand that
into like a hospital setting or like a ER where there's a lot of people in the room, you're just going to spread it.
Incubation center.
And so they want you to. But I mean, you're doing the same thing when you're sitting at your doctor's office.
And how are you going to know if you have it or not? Somebody's going to have to diagnose.
And he's going to take it home and give it to his wife and kids.
And all the patients that he has after you that day.
The kids will give it to the other kids. They'll have after school sports, and everybody will get it. Visiting team will come and play, and they'll get it. It's
put the coronavirus on your basketball.
You almost speculate. Is it better to just get it and be done with it? And can you get it and just be done with it?
I guess it all depends on your level of health. Some people don't even know how good their health is.
It depends.
They don't really know if you can get it again. They say the probability is low, but
so like the chicken pox, like once you get it, it's done.
Well, let's say
who knows? They might learn something new about it next week.
No, you're right. They're learning every week. Every week, learning something new.
Call ahead. Your doctor. Call ahead before you just go there.
That's what it said. Yeah, on the
call ahead to your doctor saying, "Hey, I might have the coronavirus."
As unfortunate as it is.
I need to come and get checked out.
Maybe I can see you August 28th.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened to me. I went to go set up a primary care doctor visit, and it's not until the 27th, and I set it up 2 weeks ago.
That
so
especially
it's like almost
happens
2 months
in the
waiting.
beginning
Where the overall healthcare facility
Bernie can fix
and the
it,
whole
guys.
system is going to be stressed to the max.
It already is.
It will be stressed.
It's been
to the
garbage
max.
forever. Now it's just going to get stressed out more and more and more.
So guys, get your sanitizer, get your masks,
Right.
because we got an epidemic on our hands.
If you have a birthday coming up, ask for some hand
best
sanitizer and
gifts.
a mask.
Get the mask.
Respirators work too. Go and buy the $60 one.
Or fuck
if
it,
you
just get the
really
whole hazmat
nervous,
suit.
Get some of these goggles, and that way
and
when
put them on
people
upside down.
sneeze into your eyes, that there's something there to protect you.
You gotta worry about those eyeball sneezers.
And wash your hands. That's
Wash
the main,
your hands.
That is the main thing. Is just
wash your hands.
wash your hands. Use the paper towel to open the door, to flush the toilet.
Motherfuckers-
When you're at a restaurant, you're about to sneeze, grab the napkin and sneeze into the napkin.
And then burn it.
Put the napkin in your pocket. Don't leave it behind.
And then put yourself in the trash can and roll away. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
But seriously, I don't know why this is even a topic of discussion of washing your hands.
Just be clean.
It's common sense.
Have good
You gotta
hygiene.
wash.
been
You
learning
gotta
this.
be washing all the time now.
It takes an
Sing
epidemic.
the thong
It takes-
song
it-
while you're washing your hands, and that'll be enough time.
What
to
song
get
was that again?
The thong song.
How does that go?
That thong, the thong, thong, thong. You know what I'm saying? Just
I don't.
you don't know the thong song?
No, I don't.
man.
You know the thong song?
Everybody knows the thong song.
I'm not.
You know the thong song.
Yeah.
Yes. Who originally did it?
How about next episode we play it?
Cisco did it.
Nelly.
Huh?
Cisco Kid was a friend
Nelly?
of
Oh, no,
mine.
it was
No.
Cisco.
Cisco and Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin did it as well.
The thong song.
The thong song.
Did you ever do a
Let me
cover?
see that thong. You never heard that
No,
song?
he has not done a cover.
I will if the people want me to. Drop a comment if you want me to do a cover of a thong song. I'll be out here.
We get 100 shares on this video cover of the thong song for you guys. Let's get it.
100 shares. We need 1,000.
You know, a good memory after you conquer COVID-19 is to get a tattoo. I survived COVID-19.
I survived
I
the
survived,
corona.
what is it, easy bake oven machines, so I think I'm going to survive the coronavirus.
I've been in the rave
How
a
long
couple
did
of
you
times.
do
I think
that?
I'm immune to the coronavirus
I know.
now.
What did you make in that oven?
It's the smallest of treats that probably were not on the healthiest of
Brownies and
conditions.
cakes and snacks and
On 100,
pies.
whatever.
Light bulb.
Light bulb.
Twinkies.
Do you wish you could?
Could what?
Now?
I'm just saying, if I survived
Dude,
that as a
if I had
kid, I
an
think
easy
I'll be
bake oven
fine.
right now, I'd be cooking on that thing every day.
We got a real oven, and we got a big real shit.
Yeah,
like
we
a Dunkin'.
graduated to the real kitchen. All
I
right,
know
so
you did have some baked items coming in.
Yeah, we actually
I
got
saw
some.
that.
We got some donuts
oh,
in the kitchen
we got
too.
some baked items. Trust me.
We're gonna get to those donuts. So, oh yeah,
Some of these items are baked.
but we're going overtime, guys. I hate to be
I
the
say,
killer.
are we
I
at
hate
our
to be the-
time
We're
already?
past it.
We're past our time. That's fine. So, once
clean.
again,
Be
wash your
clean.
hands,
Yeah.
clean yourself up. Don't spread the coronavirus. If you have it, if you don't want it, don't get it. I don't know what else to tell you because they ain't telling us anything here in Kenosha.
And if and if all the media is stressing you out, just turn it off and just.
And if you want to come on here,
Listen to you.
yeah, listen to
Yes.
us.
Just listen to
If
you.
you want to come on here and debate the coronavirus, Randy will sit here and
He's
debate
ready.
you all day.
I don't want to debate. I just want to know more.
He wants to
I wanna
know. We all
more.
want to know more.
We
I
want to know
want
the
That's the
truth.
point of the
facts,
platform.
real facts.
That's the point of this. We want to learn
the truth.
everything
We gotta learn the
we
truth.
can about the truth, about you guys,
About
about what you
the
do.
truth.
There's good information on whitehouse.gov.
whitehouse.gov, good information about it.
Okay.
All right, so go check out whitehouse.gov,
I don't know
and you
about
can find
that.
out a lot about the coronavirus.
I-
If you want to know everything about it, contract it and let us know.
Tell
How it
us
works
about
for you.
But don't come on here.
We'll have to do a remote
And then
session.
live in a bubble, so that no one else gets in. We can.
Or just
study you.
wrap the person in saran wrap.
Just do a bubble boy type thing.
It's sanitary, right? All right. So on that note, we're gonna end the show. Again, like, subscribe to the video, comment below with anything else you want to hear from us, and next week we'll bring you another show. I think that's the show with
next
Anthony
guest.
Weber.
Yep.
So
Well, yeah, we gotta get that one tight.
so
Yes.
we'll get that locked down. Make sure y'all come and check out the art show.
Once again, the art show
What
is
day was it again?
It is April 11th
April
at 6
11th.
p.m. up in Mosquito Gallery. Be here because we're all going to be here.
We're right across from
Having a good
the.
Anthony Weber is
Kenosha
fabulous
Airport.
art.
Yep, check out his art
Fabulous
too and talk
Check
to
it
him.
out online. Anthony Weber.
I still
art.
need
Yep.
to check it out, so I will do that too.
And if you come to the event, you can talk to him firsthand and check out his art firsthand with him.
So again,
Yeah,
thank you,
be here.
Meet the
Kenosha.
artist.
Meet the artist.
Thank you, Wisconsin, for tuning in to the Nothing Perfect podcast show, or NIPS, as we like to call it. We're trying to get that to catch on.
It's going to catch up.
So y'all stay clean out there.
Get your
Until
mask.
next time, till next week, we'll see you next Friday. Peace out.